Welcome to another Mr. Jim's Hot Rod Barn video. Good morning. It's early on the weekend here, and I am headed over to a customer's house to work on the ceiling that we're gonna put in some tongue and groove boards in, and just cosmetics really. But wanted to start up a video on some home repair type things I do and little projects, stuff like that. So I just wanted to show everybody what we were doing and what we started with and what we finish up with. I've done 2 rooms in the house so far. Did the entrance hall and the dining room, and decided that it was time to do the kitchen. He wanted that done, so went over there actually the other day and looked at it because the ceiling was sagging real bad, and it had some like fiber tiles in the ceiling, and I got up there and just pulled some of them down. They just came loose. I thought maybe it was, you know, worse than it was, but there was just some loose tiles up there. They're just old, and the staples turned loose on them. But the house has a wood ceiling in it. It's not drywall or anything up there. It's all wood slats. So what I'm gonna do is just put the tongue and groove boards up there with a nail gun, and you know, go with that. We're not even need to take the tiles all down. It just kind of makes an insulation between the 2 layers of between that and the upstairs in there. So get over there, and I'll get some pictures, show you some progress, and what's going on. All right, so headed that way now. All right, arriving here at the house. Going to do this ceiling replacement. So got everything set up over here to roll. So just going to pull up and we'll get started, and I'll show you what's going on, and get a couple of views of what I've already done in the past, and you can see. So we'll get out of the car and head up here, and I'll get some more video. Here's a shot of the entrance hall I did a while back, and the dining room as well, to give you an idea of what we're looking at. Now here's the ceiling where before I started, had the water damage or whatever was going on up there. It's just, so I removed those damaged tiles and started hanging the boards in the ceiling. Just took measurements in each one because the room is not square, just probably due to the age of the house, but I had to just make sure that you know, I had enough board on each end. I wound up being about 2 inches out time I got to the center from what I started with. So I started cutting them at like 55, and time I got midway in the room I was cutting 57 to fill in the gap. But it all looks good once you get it up. It doesn't really matter, as long as you make sure you cut them long enough to be able to have the trim cover the edges when you get done. So I had to remove the ceiling fan and change that plate, actually mount that plate on top of the tongue and groove boards. Just took a circle cutter, cut a hole in it, pulled my wires through, and that metal plate, just fastened it back up. So now I have to tap those boards in place. They don't lock in easy sometimes, and sometimes I've actually just found it better just to try a different board. Sometimes they won't fit, so you have to kind of make them fit in there. Sometimes you have to shave them out a little bit with a razor knife in the groove to make it fit. But here's an example of what I was talking about the house not being square. Just look at the gap between that desk and the wall. Hey bird. See, this bird stays in the kitchen, so he was chirping away while I was working. It stays in his cage, and he just kind of hangs out there. So, hi there, bird. How you doing? All right, buddy. All right, let's back to this. Finally got it up. Put some trim around the edges to cover up the small gaps and imperfections on the edge. The white trim was already up there, just left it and went back and put the wood tone trim around, nailed it to the tongue and groove boards. So just a decorative trim to finish it up. And pretty much that's it. It's not real hard to do. The hardest part is trying to stand up on the ladder and balance and put them up. So really, if you had a helper, it'd be a lot easier. But I managed to do it by myself. So it's not impossible. But all those boards were urethane before I even started. So they were all ready to go. So let me know what you think.